Hello everyone, welcome back to another ranking video. This time I'm going to be ranking Motley Crue's studio albums, and this just happens to be a coincidence. I don't wear this for the video, but again, this is just my opinion on all the studio albums of Motley Crue, not including the live stuff or the compilations, the box sets, or anything like that. So I'm going to get right into it. Ranking them from my least favorite to my all-time favorite, and not necessarily the best to the least best or anything like that, but coming in last for me is New Tattoo. This does not feature Tommy Lee on drums, features Randy Castillo, who unfortunately passed away of cancer after this album was recorded and never got to tour with the band. There's still some decent tracks on here. Hell in High Heels is cool. New Tattoo, Porno Star, White Punks on Dope. This is a 2000 release, and Tommy Lee was not featured on this album because he was out doing his own thing. He was kind of, big celebrity at the time. He was touring Ozfest. He had his side band, which is called Methods of Mayhem, which he was doing, and he actually had like a minor hit on MTV called Get Naked. A lot of cameos from like Fred Durst and Pamela Anderson, Little Kim, and I forget who else was in the video. Really late 90s, 2000 new metal and rap stars and things like that. Alright, coming in next, the self-titled album Motley Crue. This does not feature Vince Neil on vocals. This features John Corabi on vocals and also on guitar. And 1994 release, unfortunately didn't really hold up to the grunge movement in the 90s, which was huge at the time. Motley Crue were kind of looked upon as hair metal dinosaurs. Overall, it's a decent album. I know a lot of people love this album, but for me, it's just not Motley Crue without the original four members, especially without Vince on vocals. And very heavy album, doesn't really sound like Motley Crue. And I actually have my wall lifetime guarantee sticker still in the back there. Yeah, Vince Neil had a falling out with the band, and he was going through his own things. He had a little solo career going, but unfortunately his daughter Skylar was very sick, had a very rare disease, and died at a very young age. So that was sad to hear. Next up is kind of the reunion of sorts. This is Generation Swine, released in 1997. This gets a lot of shit. A lot of people don't like it, but I like this a lot. I think it's really good. Find Myself, I think, is a cool song. Afraid is good. Generation Swine's cool. Glitter was the hit off of here. Shout the Devil, 97 version, where they re-recorded it. The only track I really don't like is a track called Brandon, which is sang by Tommy Lee, written for one of his kids named Brandon. Again, being released in 97, the music scene had changed. Tommy Lee was kind of really huge at this time because he had like the sex tape, and he was in all the tabloids with Pamela Anderson. So I think that's the main reason this album got any attention, was because of Tommy Lee at the time. Next up, we have the other reunion of sorts album. This one's really good. This is Saints of Los Angeles, released in 2008. There's the cover there. This is kind of a slipcase I still have when I bought it. Features the Crew Fest tour dates from the summer of 2008. There's the band there. This actually folds out to a pretty cool poster, which I'll do real quick. But Saints of Los Angeles is really, really heavy. Kind of put Motley Crue back on the map. And, I feel like it kind of made them into the modern day legends that they are today. Because this is kind of cool too, this picture on the other side. Because they were almost like forgotten about after New Tattoo, which wasn't great. But they, 2006, they released the Red, White, and Crew compilation, which was really good. It's one of my favorite compilations by them. And features the new tracks, If I Die Tomorrow, and I believe Sick Love Song is on that. So that's when they got back together. They did the, what the hell is it called? Carnival Sins Tour. And they went to the studio and recorded this, and they started the Crew Fest, and obviously the big tours they would do after that. Next up, from 1985, this is Theater of Pain. Always loved the artwork on here. Unfortunately, the songs suffer a little bit after the first two albums, which were amazing in my opinion. Motley Crew opened up for Ozzy. They went on tour with him behind Bark at the Moon, and Crew at the time were touring behind Shout Out the Devil. This the big hit up here was probably the cover "Smoking in the Boys' Room," which was originally done by Brownsville Station, who made it popular, and "Home Sweet Home" obviously was the huge hit off of here. But the other songs just kind of suffer, nothing too memorable. The band definitely changed their look a lot. They were very sinister looking, satanic, and here they're very glam looking. However, this is a huge influence on the 80s scene, especially the glam metal scene, and Home Sweet Home was all over MTV, where MTV actually had a clause called the Motley Crew clause, where you can only limit the videos because Home Sweet Home was requested so many times and played so many times. There's also a little drama surrounding this album. At this time, Vince Neil was arrested for drunken manslaughter when he drunkenly crashed his car and killed Razzle from Hanoi Rocks. But then again, a huge partying band, very involved in drugs and alcohol, very young at the time. You make them millionaires, you put them on tour with Ozzy, the music suffers from it. Next up, another album that a lot of people say isn't great, but I like it more than Theater Pain. This is Girls, Girls, Girls. At this time, Nikki Sixx was a full-blown heroin addict. He had died of a heroin overdose, came back to life, escaped the hospital to shoot up again. He was freebasing cocaine. And Nikki Sixx, the principal songwriter of the band, the main songwriter, so his songs kind of suffered for it. And I feel like this album sounds a little incomplete, but Wildside is great. Girls, 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 we all know this. If you've ever been in a strip club, you've heard it. Dancing on Glass is okay. Bad Boogie, okay. Nona was written about Nikki Sixx's grandmother at the time. Really cool song, kind of a short ballad, clocking in under a minute and a half. 5 Years Dead's okay. All in the Name of is cool. Something or Nothing's okay. You're All I Need is probably my favorite song off this. It's a very dark ballad kind of, and the video is actually came with a disclaimer because of the violence. And it ends with a live cover of Elvis Presley's Jailhouse Rock, which I feel like they just threw on here because they didn't have enough material for a full album. Next up, from 1989, Dr. Feelgood. Dr. Feelgood definitely showed the band at a creative peak. The guys sobered up. They were all sober at this time. Went in and recorded their biggest selling album yet. And just hit after hit. Dr. Feelgood was a huge hit. Slice of Your Pie, Rattlesnakes Shake are cool. Features, they both, drawing a blank, I believe Slice of Your Pie features backup vocals from Steven Tyler. Kickstart My Heart, a huge hit. Without You, Same Old Situation, more hits. Sticky Sweet, She Goes Down. Don't Go Away Mad, Just Go Away, another great, cool song. Kind of a ballad, a little heavier though, a little faster. But this one's cool because it's kind of just like hanging with your friends instead of all about a girl, a woman. And unfortunately, I don't have this remastered. I always like that shade of green. An aqua, well, yeah, it's like an aqua seafoam green, pretty cool. But yeah, produced by Bob Rock, who would go on to produce the Black Album by Metallica. Previous to this, they produced Bon Jovi's Slippery When Wet, which is a huge album. But yeah, it's a really heavy album, really good. One of those albums that you just listen to from start to finish without skipping over. Next we have Shout at the Devil. This is the album that really broke the band. They performed this on the 1983 US Festival, and the world took notice. Like I said, very like satanic image. Really, really cool stuff. In the beginning is a kind of a sinister intro to the album. The title track, Shout the Devil, Looks That Kill. Both those tracks were always played on MTV. Bastards, very heavy. God Bless the Children of the Beast, really cool, minute-and-a-half instrumental. Helter Skelter, cover the Beatles song. Of course they do it heavier and really make it a metal version. Red Hot, really, really heavy song, really cool. Too Young to Fall in Love, another video, was always over MTV, had that like Japanese samurai image in it. Knock 'em Dead Kid, 10 Seconds to Love, and ends with Danger, which is a really cool song. But like I said, I think the Crew just the money and fame went to their head, and their next album, which was Theater of Pain, suffered after this. But this might be like one of their peaks. And last but not least, my favorite album by Motley Crue. This is their debut album, Too Fast for Love. It was originally self-released until Elektra picked them up and re-released this. And just amazing stuff. At the time, nothing like this was heard before. It was metal with a punk edge and a punk vibe. Live Wire was the hit off of here. Come On and Dance, Public Enemy #1, Merry Go Round, Take Me to the Top. Awesome song. Piece of Your Action is great. Love the riffs off this. Just so many good riffs. Starry Eyes, the title track, Too Fast for Love with that Tommy Lee drum intro, and my favorite song by Motley Crue, On With the Show. Another unreleased track off here is really two unreleased tracks actually that are amazing. Toast of the Town and Tonight, which you kind of wonder why they weren't included on the original album. Could have been a time thing. There's only 9 original tracks. I don't know, maybe they could have used them for a later album. Yeah, this is just amazing. And like I said, if you want to get into the Crew, you know their greatest hits. You're not going to know a lot of songs off this album unless you like, you'll know Live Wire, maybe Piece of Your Action. Unless you like watch the Dirt movie, you'll hear all this. But start with this album. It's amazing. Work your way up. All right. Going to recap real quick. There's 9 studio albums. I'm ranking them my least favorite to favorite. Number 9, New Tattoo. Number 8, the self-titled with John Corabi. Number 7, Generation Swine. Number 6, the great comeback album, Saints of Los Angeles. Number 5, Theater of Pain. 4, Girls, Girls, Girls. 3, Dr. Feelgood. Number 2, Shout the Devil. And of course, my number 1, Too Fast for Love. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope everyone's staying safe. 2020 is almost over. 2021 is only a few days away. If you like this video, subscribe. And if you want to rank the albums yourself, give me your opinion in the comments. I'd like to hear them. Thanks again for watching, and stay tuned for more videos to come.